Right now at 5, closure in a 50-year-old cold case, a Dunn County sentence handed down. Plus, Susan Crawford and Brad Schimmel continuing their statewide tours for a spot on the Supreme Court.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Ken Kozarowski. A man is facing animal neglect charges after police found dead dogs during a welfare check. The Allamakee County Sheriff's Office discovered 10 dogs at 530 Hanover Lane. 2 of them were dead. 28-year-old owner Nathaniel Coleman had an arrest warrant out for him. Authorities took the other 8 dogs to a humane society in Decorah. Coleman is charged with animal neglect, inadequate care of animals in a commercial setting, and drug possession. It is life in prison for the Minnesota man accused in a 50-year-old Dunn County murder case. 84-year-old John Miller pleading no contest to the murder of Mary Chaleas. The judge sentenced Miller this afternoon. Chaleas was hitchhiking from Minneapolis to Chicago in 1974 when Miller picked her up, stabbed her multiple times, and hid her body in a snowbank. DNA research broke the cold case last year. Miller did not make a statement in court. A La Crosse man faces 10 child pornography charges as a persistent repeater. Police arrested Jonathan Stotts yesterday after cyber tips linked him to inappropriate messages. Investigators seized a tablet with over 1,000 images of child sexual assault material. Stotts has 2 prior arrests in 2021 for child pornography and 2023 for child trafficking. Judge Susan Crawford continuing her, quote, common sense justice tour in Wausau today. The tour visiting 21 counties statewide. Her tour aiming to drum up support and to stress the importance of voting in this election.
Our rights are on the line in this election, and that includes everything from women's reproductive freedoms, their rights to make their own choices about, their bodies and their families, to, the fairness of our election, the right to be able to cast your ballot and have it count in Wisconsin.
Crawford also made stops in Minocqua and Appleton today. The tour continues tomorrow in Beloit and Kenosha. Former Governor Scott Walker joining Supreme Court Judge candidate Brad Schimmel on the campaign trail in Black River Falls today. Those 2 visiting the Cranberry Research Station as part of Schimmel's Save Wisconsin bus tour. Schimmel running against Crawford for that seat that will decide the court's ideological majority. The former Attorney General Schimmel today discussing the reactions he has seen for this court race.
I've never seen people this ramped up about a court race. I mean, normally a lot of attention falls off. They don't get the significance of it. Their motivation is all juiced up right now, and I think this is going to be a high turnout on Tuesday.
The election is set for April 1st. Governor Tony Evers wants recently fired federal workers to come to Wisconsin, and he's giving them the tools to do it. News 8 Now's Grace Monk joins us live tonight with the details. Grace.
Today, Governor Evers announced a portal that will help former federal employees find work in Wisconsin. The portal will connect people with jobs, research pathways, and unemployment benefits. According to Evers, it will help fill in demand and difficult to fill roles. The announcement comes after Wisconsin joined a multi-state lawsuit claiming the federal firings were illegal. A former U.S. Geological Survey employee says Wisconsin will benefit from bringing in federal workers.
These are folks that are super dedicated, passionate, skilled, and want to serve their country. None of us got into, at least on the scientific side of things, to make a paycheck, right? We're passionate about our state's lakes and rivers and what they mean to us and what they mean to everybody else.
The Department of Workforce Development will also hold virtual job fairs next month. You can find a link to those resources on our website. Reporting from the newsroom, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
We ended up having quite the gorgeous afternoon out there, and the good news is we have even warmer temperatures on the way as we go into Friday to finish the week out. So we're definitely finishing out on a high note. Most of the area cracked into the 60s today, and we have warmer temperatures right ahead of us. We do have some clouds heading into La Crosse right now. Some clouds moved just south of I-90. You can see those differences in the temperatures because of it. The areas in between the 2 interstate corridors are staying in the 60s, but everybody else dipping down to the 50s already. Here's a look at what what's to come though. Warm front down into far southwestern Iowa is slowly going to make its way up into our area, bringing some record highs to a lucky few of us. We'll start to feel that warmth tonight with our overnight lows getting well above normal. Not really seeing any records here, but most of the area will be staying in the 40s. And then here's when the real fun happens. Possible widespread 80s moving across the area. You will notice a difference though. There's kind of this line right near I-94. That's where we can see that warm front stalling out a little bit. So everybody north of I-94 not really looking to see those records, so to say. Still very warm temperatures though. La Crosse going to be right near that record forecast of 81. Eau Claire probably not seeing the records, but you can't really complain about the 70s. We'll have some more impacts with that warm front coming in the form of some rain and some gusty conditions, but I'll break it all down in the full forecast.
All right, so a little bit of good and then a bit of a mess afterward.
A little bit of a mess, yeah.
All right, we'll get those details soon. Thanks, Nicole. Well, Eau Claire County drivers, get ready for some traffic changes on I-94. Westbound lanes will shift to temporary median lanes from US 53 to Mallard Road. County Road J, meanwhile, will close at the interstate starting next Monday and then stay closed until July. Those changes will allow crews to replace some pavement and repair a bridge. Major road work is expected to delay travel on Highway 16 in early April. Work there between La Crosse Street and Valley View Mall going to reduce lanes to two-way traffic starting on April 7th. That project expected to last through the summer and will address some road resurfacing. Amtrak Borealis riders faced travel disruptions today. Train 1340 was rerouted to chartered buses after officials found corrosion on some of the train cars. Amtrak canceled Chicago and St. Paul lines yesterday after discovering equipment problems. Passengers can get refunds if they didn't want to ride the replacement buses. Normal service is expected to resume tomorrow. The Tomah VA Medical Center honoring Vietnam veterans today. The event including a special commemoration pinning ceremony for those who served during the Vietnam War. Veterans and visitors found educational booths about VA services, healthcare enrollment, and community resources. One veteran says it feels good to finally receive recognition for their service.
Just to be recognized for what we've done. For many years, no one ever said anything about Vietnam veterans. Kind of got lost about it. I didn't even participate in the VA for the first probably 30 years after I got back. I finally had to get involved in it with medical reasons.
National Vietnam Veterans Day is officially observed this Saturday, March 29th. Still to come, why President Trump is asking his pick for UN ambassador to withdraw her nomination. And a Social Security snag, why some seniors could see their monthly check withheld.
River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. Wednesday is wing night at River City Grill. 5 delicious wings for only $5. And $1 off all domestic beers. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona.
Improving your home, improving your life with a better bathroom. In just a day or two, you can enjoy a wonderful new tub or shower that is attractive, easy to care for, and safe. New fixtures, shelves for storage, and grab bars for safety. Be safe, be happy, enjoy bathing again. Be even happier with everything new. Comfort Height toilet, vanity, sink, faucet, mirror, light, and new flooring. Call or visit the board store for a prompt free estimate. Get more for less today and every day.
Dental implants are often the best solution to severe dental issues. If you have infection in your mouth, it does cause trouble other places. A lot of people ignore infection for way too long. And when they finally do something about it, they say not only do they like what they did here, but they feel better overall. In the end, you can have a smile you're proud of and a very healthy mouth.
We're an implant-focused practice. If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
If your home is looking drab, trade it in. Trade it in. The furniture's old and yucky, trade it in. Trade it in. If you're seeking a solution, then King's your resolution. If you're tired of your look, then trade it in. Trade it in.
At King's Trade-In Sale, trade in your old recliner for $50 towards a new one. Trade in your old sofa for $100. Trade in your old mattress for $75. Plus get free delivery and 12 months no interest payments at the King Furniture Trade-In Sale.
There's been a lot of talk about this Supreme Court race, but here's what's really at stake. Brad Schimmel wants to make sure women don't have the right to make their own health care decisions. If he wins, that right is gone. I'm Susan Crawford, a former prosecutor, a common sense judge, and a mom. And I trust women to make their own healthcare decisions. Brad Schimmel doesn't. But I always will. And that's why I'm asking for your vote.
River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. Wednesday is wing night at River City Grill. 5 delicious wings for only $5. And $1 off all domestic beers. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona.
President Trump posted a message on social media confirming CBS News reporting that he has asked Representative Elise Stefanik to stay in Congress rather than serve as his ambassador to the UN. Erica Brown has more details from the White House.
President Trump has asked Representative Elise Stefanik to stay in Congress and withdraw her nomination for U.S. ambassador to the United Nations.
I was surprised. I think Representative Stefanik may well have served successfully as ambassador to the UN, certainly from the perspective of the Trump administration.
With the GOP holding a razor-thin majority in the House, Trump says every Republican seat is essential to advance his agenda.
Like our numbers are tight after the Florida elections. Hopefully we pick up 2 more seats. You know, it's always going to be a tight majority.
As the president considers other potential nominees for UN ambassador, he's also pushing ahead with his efforts to slash the size of the government. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. took to social media Thursday to announce mass layoffs within the department.
As part of President Trump's DOGE workforce reduction initiative, we're going to streamline HHS to make our agency more efficient and more effective.
The department is cutting 20,000 employees from its payroll. That's nearly a quarter of the entire agency. HHS officials say about half of those workers took buyouts or early retirement. The cuts include 3,500 workers at the Food and Drug Administration, 2,400 at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and 300 staffers at the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services.
When you fire people who provide Medicare and Medicaid, that is the same as a benefit cut. When you fire people who prevent the spread of diseases like measles, America will get sicker.
The White House says the HHS cuts will save $1.8 billion. Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
Beginning today, some seniors could have their entire monthly Social Security check withheld to repay accidental overpayments. The Social Security Administration pays benefits to about 70 million Americans each month, totaling $1.6 trillion a year. Officials say fewer than 1% received more than they should. Experts say there is something you can do if you're going to be in that small group and can't afford to take the hit.
It could be me, the Social Security recipient, not saying I've got a change in status. Something happened. My check is actually more. Or it could be the government. We goofed. Whoever is responsible, doesn't matter. The person's on the hook for it.
To resolve any Social Security related issues, visit ssa.gov and be sure to flag the government if your check is larger than usual. We will have more news ahead, but first.
Record highs are going to be possible for some lucky few as we go into tomorrow, but after that we have a bit of a wet weekend ahead of us. I'll have a full look at the forecast coming up right after the break.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Love it.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Right now, lease a new 2024 Tacoma TRD Sport for $359 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
In 1925, a new furniture store opened its doors in Fountain, Minnesota. The business was called the Fountain Furniture Company. Today, 100 years and 4 generations later, we're Drury's, where you'll find a focus on principles that have given us staying power. Handle quality furniture, maintain a professional staff, and a commitment to customer service. We invite you to stop in and find out for yourself how this big store in a tiny town has lasted. Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, family owned for 100 years.
Voters deserve to know what our records are.
Susan Crawford's record? Disturbing and dangerous. A 7-year-old girl sexually assaulted. The attacker faced 100 years. Crawford let him off with only 4.
I don't regret that sentence.
A 5-year-old violated. The predator should have rotted in prison. He got out in just 2 years. She protected them, not us.
I don't regret that sentence. I am proud of the work that I've done.
Susan Crawford, putting criminals over your kids.
Brittany Kinzer's cost-cutting policy to hire unlicensed teachers led to tragedy.
The kindergarten teacher has been arrested and charged with sexually assaulting one of his students.
This all happened inside of a classroom.
This criminal had no teaching license and had just been convicted of a gun crime.
They admitted Anderson shouldn't have been hired in the first place.
But Brittany Kinzer's long-standing policies put this kindergarten predator in the classroom. Don't let her run our schools.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Hey, there he is. Let's do this. Right now, you can get 1.99% APR for 72 months on a tough new Tundra. Toyota, let's go places.
Meeting you locally where you are online. Get breaking news or other quick links. Follow us on X at News 8 News.
Well, that warm front that I mentioned earlier is going to bring a little bit more than just those warmer temperatures tomorrow. It's also going to bring a chance for some showers tonight and some gustier conditions that will last throughout most of tomorrow. So let's take a look at those showers first. Expecting them to move in sometime after midnight. Here we are. We'll have mostly clear skies going into tonight ahead of it, but then we can see that line of quick, very small showers. There is a chance for maybe a thunderstorm or two to form within that line, but we're really not looking at a severe potential. Mainly staying south of I-94, getting to La Crosse sometime around 3, 4 in the morning, possibly reaching up to Eau Claire around 6. But again, this is associated with that warm front, and we saw that it kind of stalled out just along I-94 as far as those high temperatures went. So we're really not looking at it getting any further north than that. It'll be out of the area by around 9, 10 in the morning, and then after that, we have a good chance to see some clearing in your skies as we head into the afternoon. That's really going to help areas south of I-94 getting those 80-degree temperatures. Other than that, we're also seeing gustier conditions starting to pop up with this front as well. Not really as much into the morning, but you'll really feel those winds starting to pick up as we head into the afternoon tomorrow. Here we are at 2 p.m., mainly south of I-94, seeing wind gusts possibly getting higher than 30 miles an hour, and that's going to continue through your afternoon as well, going into the evening and eventually lightening up as we go into the overnight period. So not as windy, so to say, as we go into Saturday, but we're looking at breezy conditions sticking around for most of your weekend. Another thing sticking around for the weekend is plenty of precipitation. We could see some light rain passing through as we go into Friday evening, but otherwise that main body of rain is really going to be holding off until Saturday afternoon. We're seeing cloudy skies as you wake up Saturday to start the day off. The potential for some scattered occasional showers to pass through in the afternoon. Otherwise, that main body of precipitation really coming in into the evening hours. Could see the potential for some sleet north of I-94. Really depends on what those temperatures are going to be deciding to do. We'll see our highs actually pretty early in the morning Saturday, and then they start to decrease as we go throughout most of the day. Because of that, we'll see actual temperatures getting closer to freezing around 1 a.m. Could start to see some sleet mixing in with a lot of that rain. If temperatures decide to stay a little bit warm, a lot of that sleet, or would-be sleet, as you can see, could translate to more of a moderate to heavier rainfall with the potential to see a thunderstorm in that, but it really depends on what our temperatures are doing. Still seeing showers continuing on into Sunday, not as widespread, but then they'll continue on into the evening as well, and we could see any of that rain turn into snow that lasts into your Monday morning commute, possibly having some slick spots out there. So here we saw that rain going into Saturday, the potential for some snow going into Sunday night and Monday, and then another strong system passes through as we go into Tuesday evening and Wednesday. So a little bit of a wet stretch coming up. Here's our week in terms of rain and snowfall totals. Precipitation looking pretty wet. The area seeing anywhere from 1 inch to possibly 2 inches of rainfall over the entire week as we go throughout the next couple days, especially starting this weekend. Definitely a good time to possibly stay inside because the temperatures are going to be taking a hit with it as well. We're staying below normal through the weekend and to start the week off. Otherwise, we'll get temperatures bouncing back slightly by Wednesday, but then breezy, some more rain.
Yeah.
So kind of a mess of a week, but tomorrow it's looking nice, 80 degrees.
We'll take it. Yeah. Thanks, Nicole. Still to come, how a pair of British Royal Air Force members stole a bear statue after the break.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Tax refund season is here, and Wesco on Sparta is making it more fun than ever. Dreaming of a brand new sectional or that comfy bed you've been eyeing? Now's the time to treat yourself. Save 20% all month long on furniture and bedding, just in time to make your home the talk of the group chat. Have fun with your tax refund and make your space shine with Wesco and Sparta. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. Tell them Peyton sent you.
Voters deserve to know what our records are.
Susan Crawford's record? Disturbing and dangerous. A 7-year-old girl sexually assaulted. The attacker faced 100 years. Crawford let him off with only 4.
I don't regret that sentence.
A 5-year-old violated. The predator should have rotted in prison. He got out in just 2 years. She protected them, not us.
I don't regret that sentence. I am proud of the work that I've done.
Susan Crawford, putting criminals over your kids.
Wisconsin, one of those places where families spend their winters among our frozen lakes and snow-covered hills. With all the fun we're having, it's easy to take for granted how we warm up, by the fire or simply adjusting our thermostat. But what if you couldn't warm up so easily? It might be simple to imagine for 60 seconds, but for many, it's a reality they can't ignore. Working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling to keep their heat and power on in the dangerous cold of winter. Freezing temperatures aren't just uncomfortable for them, they can be deadly. Make a real difference by providing a hand up for a neighbor in need. No matter the amount, every dollar helps. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
A beloved bear statue is back where it belongs after a late-night drunken encounter saw it ripped from a bench in Britain. The 2 members of the British Royal Air Force were caught on camera in a bumbling attempt to steal a statue of Paddington Bear that resulted in the famous fictional figure ripped in half and taken away. The statue was safely recovered, and the bear bandits, who were reportedly drunk during the debacle, were arrested and later sentenced to community service. Quite the theft. We'll have one more look at a nice Friday and then an interesting weekend after the break.
During the 4-day sale at Home Furniture, get up to an extra 10% off sale prices on your favorite furniture and mattresses. Like this queen bedroom suite or this reclining sofa, each just $17.99. Hurry, the Home Furniture 4-day sale ends Monday.
Brad Schimmel is lying about Susan Crawford's views on protecting kids, just like he lied about rape kits and let child molesters off easy, even blaming child victims. The truth, Susan Crawford is a former prosecutor, a common-sense judge, and a mom. And unlike Schimmel, she's always protected our kids, at school and everywhere else.
I'm Judge Susan Crawford, and I'll always follow the law and use common sense to decide what's right and what's wrong.
Let's create your dream home at our area's only home show from the La Crosse Area Builders Association. The only home show where you'll meet over 100 businesses ready to make your home remodel dreams happen. Basement to roof, front yard to back. The only home show with Friday date night, Saturday community day, and Sunday family day. Details are at labahomeshow.com. The LABA Home Show, sponsored by Xcel Energy and Olson Solar Energy, March 28th through the 30th at the Onalaska Omni Center.
There's been a lot of talk about this Supreme Court race, but here's what's really at stake. Brad Schimmel wants to make sure women don't have the right to make their own health care decisions. If he wins, that right is gone. I'm Susan Crawford, a former prosecutor, a common-sense judge, and a mom. And I trust women to make their own health care decisions. Brad Schimmel doesn't, but I always will. And that's why I'm asking for your vote.
We are all here to support one another.
Hi, I'm Greg.
Hi, Greg.
I bought our vacuum at a box store. I was shopping for groceries and I came out with a vacuum.
I did the same. I was shopping for clothes.
Candles.
Kitty litter.
Hey group, we're not here to judge. We all made the same mistake before deciding to go to A1 Vacuum to make the right purchase. I'm sorry.
A1
Kitty litter.
Our business is picking up.
Home Seasonal Concepts is now open, and right now get a free custom order patio fabric upgrade from top brands Homecrest and Tropitone. Plus, get up to 10% off sale prices and pay no interest for 1 year on Porch and Patio at Home Seasonal Concepts.
It's an easy puzzle to solve. The one app your phone can't live without. Bringing you local news, sports, streaming video, and a lot more. The News 8 Now app. Get it today. Oh, and good job on the puzzle.
Well, little birdie told me that some of the golf courses around have already opened up. That little birdie would be my golf-obsessed boyfriend. He got out on the range today. Might be a good day for it tomorrow. 80 degrees for some of us, but it's going to be kind of windy out there. So, I don't know, take a couple extra mulligans. Definitely not looking like golfing weather this weekend, though.
No, so enjoy it tomorrow while you
get
can.
out there and enjoy it.
All right, that's Nicole. I'm Ken. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you in a couple of minutes.